Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone once again to my channel Baking with Zeba. So today we are going to make something very simple and easy, and you can have this with your tea, in your morning breakfast routine, or you can just give it as a snacks to your kids, or with a cup of tea, coffee. So yeah, the today's recipe which I am going to make is a tea cake, which is a simple vanilla flavored one, which is not a high density cake. It is a very low density cake with basic ingredients. No butter is needed in this, no fancy items, kitchen ingredients. Whichever you have in your kitchen, you can make it with that. This is an non-veg recipe. I mean, it includes egg. If you guys want to know an eggless recipe for this particular tea cake, then kindly let me know in the comments. I'll put an alternative recipe without using eggs. Okay, so without talking too much, let's move direct to the ingredients which you need in order to make this tea cake. So this is half cup of milk, 1 cup of sugar, which I have grinded into a powdered form. If you could see, this is powdered form. If you have caster sugar, you can use that as well, but if you have some granulated sugar which you use in your home, you can just put it in a mixie and then grind it over. And then I have 3/4 cup of oil. My cup measurements, as you all know, I have measuring cups for my recipes, baking recipes, so you can buy one, or if you don't have, you can just keep a glass in which you can measure, and with that measurement cup you should measure all the ingredients. This is the cup basis for me for all my ingredients. So with this, I have taken half cup of milk, 1 cup of sugar which is grinded, and this is 3/4 cup of oil. Any oil, it's preferable, but mainly don't go for any high aromatic oil like sesame oil, gingerly oil, olive oil, because all these contains a heavy strong smell. So in order to avoid that smell in your cake, you can go for some simple groundnut oil or rice bran oil. You can go, if you are looking for a healthy option, you can go for olive oil, which is used for deep frying purpose. Okay, so this is oil 3/4 cup, and vanilla extract is here, which I'll be using. I'll let you know how much I'll be using as the recipe goes by. And then this is 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour. This is all-purpose flour. You can also include wheat. Sorry, it's include. You can also include wheat flour in this. You can take 1 cup of maida and half cup of wheat flour, or else you can substitute it with whatever way you want. But if you use wheat flour, the cake will be a bit heavier on this outcome. And then I have baking powder, which I'll be using. So this is an I don't know this brand, will whether you will get it or not. Whichever brand baking powder you have, you can use it. And then I have 3 eggs. So this recipe demands for 3 eggs, so I'll be using 3 eggs, which is in room temperature. As you all know, the ingredients whichever you are using for baking, it should all be in room temperature. If it is not in room temperature, your cake will not come out good, and your cake will not look like cake and will not taste like cake. So if you want to know what is the basic things you need to prepare before going for baking any recipe, anything, maybe a cake, a bread, a cookie, a muffin, whatever, you have to check my video, which I'll put the link in the description, which I have told you about the basic steps you need to take before you go for baking. Kindly do watch that. So all my ingredients are at room temperature. And one more ingredient I forgot to tell you, it's salt. Just a bit of pinch of salt, because salt in sweet dishes enhances the taste. So a pinch of salt I'll be using while mixing all the ingredients. And some spatulas, some spoons, measuring spoons, and then a sieve, a bowl for mixing, and a hand blender. If you don't have a hand blender, no problem, you can do it with your hand also, but the thing is, it will take some time. In hand blender it gets quickly blended up, but if you are using hand whisker, or what is that, yeah, whisker. So if you're using that, it will take a much long time when compared to a electric mixer. Okay, so let's go, let's start. Okay, so now you have to take a clean bowl in which you will be mixing all your wet ingredients first. So my wet ingredients first one is egg. I'll be beating the eggs. This is one, this is two. I always wanted to break the eggs like the chefs do. Let me try once whether I'll succeed or not, I don't know. So let me just try once. They actually do this and then they put it like that. So let me try. Bismillah. Anything happened? Nothing. Anything? Okay, there's something in here, but I don't know, it will not go. I'll just mess it up or else. Okay, so I have put all my eggs in, and there is a small eggshell inside this, so I'll be taking this out. It happens. Every sorts of mess happens with your baking. So maybe I have seen in 5 minutes video where they take out this eggshell with the eggshell. It is very easy to take out with an eggshell. Oh yeah, I have it. See, that's not easy to take. Okay. So now my eggs are in there. I'll be going in with my sugar. So whole sugar I'll not be adding. I'll just be adding half a sugar. I'll whisk it up and then I'll add half amount of other sugar. Okay. So let's go. So as in I am whisking this one, I'll be blending in the sugar into this. What happens when you add sugar? All your egg color will become cleaner in light yellow color. There's some sugar inside this. I'll try to take out the bread. Okay. Done. All my sugar is there. Let's mix this well. No, the mustard is very hot. It turns into a light green color. Okay, yellow color. So you will see it is getting more lighter than before. So I am done mixing, and you will know when you are done mixing. Once you take out your mixture and pour it like this, it should go like a ribbon form and it should not cut off in the middle. So if you could see, it just flows like a ribbon. So this is the point when you know that your mixture is mixed well, and moreover the color becomes lighter than what you have actually started with. So I'll just be keeping this on the side and pouring my other ingredients, which is oil. Now I'll be pouring all the 3/4 cup of oil at once. Here goes my oil, and this recipe demands for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'll be taking my measuring spoon, which is right here on my left side. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract I'll be taking. So this is not a vanilla extract, this is a flavoring agent. So because it's a lockdown, we can't find the ingredients in the market, so whatever we have to use with it. So this is 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. See, 1 teaspoon. So I'm just adding this into this. And then just a moment, I'm getting a call. So I have added the oil, the vanilla extract, and then I have this half cup of milk, which I will not be adding since I'll be adding this at the last when I'll be mixing the flour. So let's just keep it here. We'll mix this once again. I'll come back after mixing this. So all my wet ingredients have been mixed very well, and you could see the consistency. It has become pale yellow, much lighter color, and then the consistency is in flowing one. It's just like a ribbon, so it just doesn't cut off when I take this. It goes on and goes on. So this is the point when you will be adding all your dry ingredients. So I'll just keep this aside before I put my dry ingredients, because I need to mix some of the things in my dry ingredients. Okay, so this is all-purpose flour, which, as I already told you, this is 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, and I'll be adding baking powder into this, which will be approximately 1 tablespoon of baking powder. No baking soda is not necessary in this, only baking powder. So I'm just taking 1 tablespoon of it, and we'll level this well, because leveling is very important whenever you take your ingredients. If you don't level, and if the ingredients gets a bit higher than what is required, then there will be messed up cake there. Okay, so this is 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which goes directly into the flour, and then I'll be adding a pinch of salt to this, just a pinch of salt. Okay, so all my dry ingredients are ready to be put into the wet. Before that, we'll just mix this so that the baking powder and the salt gets incorporated very well into the flour mixture. Oops. As I told you, baking is messier, and what is baking without a mess? Mess is what makes baking very enjoyable and very pleasable to do. Okay, so we have our bowl ready here. What I'll be doing is, I'll be sieving the flour, and if you have seen my basics for baking video, you would know what happens when we sieve. So I'll be just sieve the flour into this, half and half. You don't put whole flour at the same time, put half and half. Okay, so this has got sieved, and we'll mix it up. Okay, and put milk gradually, little by little, while mixing. Don't put the entire amount, put little amount while you're mixing it, because always we don't need the whole amount of milk which are taking in the recipe. Okay, now goes the second batch in. I'll be taking out the second batch. And have more of the mini, which I'll be using now. Let's start. And I'm beating my batter for the last time. Don't beat it over, because then you will get a dense cake. Don't beat it too much, just for an amount of time that it gets mixed well. That's it. So my batter is absolutely ready. Now what I will be doing is just taking my spatula and mix all the side things whichever have stick to the sides of the pan into the cake batter. Whenever you are mixing the cake batter with your spatula, if you have seen my basic, that's why I'm pointing out to my basics of baking video to all of you guys watching, to see it once before starting any baking process, because there are so many techniques in baking. If you miss any of that thing, your cake will not be up to the mark. So that's why kindly go and check out the video in the link description below, so that you could be a pro in your baking process. Okay, so my batter is ready. Now what you can do is, you can put this batter as such to make a vanilla cake, or else you can add a little bit of cocoa powder, and then you can use a cocoa blended vanilla cake. Or else if you want a marble cake, you can add half cup of 2 to 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder and make a marble cake. This is the base for all types of cake. Even if you want to make a birthday cake, this is a base. You bake this and keep it, and then put it with the creaming, frosting, whatever you want, and your cake will be ready. So this is the basic foundation for all your cakes, whichever you want to bake. Once you master this one, you can bake any sorts of cake. Trust me, you have to master this cake. Okay, so now I'll be putting this into my cake tin. Before that, I have to do something, which is I'm going to add tutti frutti to this, because tea cake with tutti frutti taste even more better than a normal tea cake. So I'll be adding tutti frutti to this. So let's go. Okay, so I have some tutti frutti here, which will be adding to the cake batter. But before adding this, you have to prepare this with a bit of flour, all-purpose flour, just 2 or 3 pinches of this. Instead of tutti frutti, you can also add chocolate chips, dry fruits, raisins, walnuts. There's multi option. As I told you, this recipe is the foundation pillar of any cake you want to make. This same recipe can also be used to make muffins. You can make vanilla muffins with this. Okay, so I'm done mixing. I'll take my batter and then just a little bit more, and then I'll be just putting this into this one. Gradually put this and mix it well. Okay, so I've just put this. Let me fix my camera. Okay, this is done, and now I'll gradually cut and fold this. This is the technique which you should use for baking any of your cakes. Cut and fold. Never overmix your cake batter. Just cut and fold. Cut and fold. Cut and fold. That's it. So now I'll be preparing my cake tin and then pouring this batter, and for an about of 25 to 30 minutes our cake will be perfectly baked and ready. Okay, let's prepare the cake tin. Okay, so this is my cake tin which I have brushed with some oil. I'm using oil which I used for baking, because if I use butter here for brushing, it will change taste inside the cake. So I don't want to make that thing. So I have taken a butter paper which I have cut according to the size of this, and I'll place it right in there and pour some oil, just a little bit, in order to grease the butter paper also. If you don't have butter paper, no worries, you just grease your tin well, that's enough. Since I have it, I'm using it. If I don't have, I just use it without, I just do it without a butter paper. Okay, so I have just finished the greasing, and now it's the moment of truth to put your cake batter. Before putting it, kindly give this a good mix once again, so that it doesn't contain any lumps into this. Okay, okay, so almost my batter has gone in. So a little bit of remaining batter is there on the sides of the bowl. I'll pour the batter into it. Pour it gently. Okay, so almost all the batter has gone into the tin. Now, okay. Now after putting this, just give it a tap. Give it a nice tap. If you don't tap this, then there will be air pockets. If you could take a closer look, as I tap, the air pockets releases and comes out as bubbles. Can you see? There is bubbles here. So these are the air pockets which were there. So I'm just giving this a mix. Okay, so our batter is done and our oven is preheated. Let's go and put this back into the oven. Okay, so my cake batter is ready with the tin, and my oven is also preheated. Now I'll be setting up the temperature. Let's see how many minutes it takes to bake this cake. Sometimes it bakes within 25, sometimes it takes more than 30 minutes. It all depends upon the temperature inside the oven, temperature in your kitchen. So it all depends on that. Baking is simply all about science and experiments. Okay, so let's go. Let me set the temperature. I have set the temperature. Let me set the timing. I'm setting it for 30 minutes. Okay, so I have set it for 30 minutes. Let's come back after baking this.